Welcome to ATP Customs. Well, look what we got. The first day of snow, October 23rd. And as of last night, we finally got our tire machines up and running. The electrician came in and wired everything in. And every single tire shop in town is booking 2 to 3 weeks ahead. You can't even get your tires changed right now. And we just luckily got our machines up and running. So things might get exciting. Let's just have a look outside at the shop here. It's beautiful. It's a week before Halloween and we have snow. And I think tomorrow night they called for somewhere between minus 11 and minus 14 degrees Celsius, which is record breaking. It's very unheard of to have winter here this early, but I don't care. It's beautiful. I love it when it's like this. We get to put the plow on that thing. It's not even necessary because this little snowstorm's only lasting for the day and then it's gone again. It's supposed to warm up about 20 degrees next week. Seems kind of fishy to me, but it's snowing. So yes, we're doing a weekly report today. And it seems I came to work this morning and Mr. White has thrown me a little curveball on our race car Mustang. Mr. White was changing the tires on his Bronco to put his winters on. Decided to set them there. Now that was supposed to be a race car and that thing just looks awesome with 35s under it. Yes, that's where I usually store my plow, is under whatever vehicle moves the least in the shop. But now the plow can go on the plow truck, but that just looks cool. Don't worry, I'm not going to make it a 4x4. I'm just a huge 4x4 fan, and Mr. White's a huge Mustang fan. I love my Mustangs too, but a Mustang that's a 4x4 sounds like the best of both worlds. So those are just sitting there just for fun. I really like it. And what are we up to this week? Well, it's a slow week. We're waiting for customers to build up their funds. People are definitely feeling the pressure and the pain of the current world status. So when things slow down, we just wrap the customers' vehicles up and play with their own stuff. And this is what I've been doing for 2 days almost. Sorting bolts and nuts and washers out. Boxes and boxes and boxes of them. I keep finding bins and boxes of bolts all over the shop. So we're taking the time to clean up and organize. I've got my toolboxes all cleaned up. We have our tire machines all set up and running, except for the balancer, which will be all wired in this afternoon. Had my electrician come in and set all that up so it's nice and safe and proper. And we have a $14,000, I think it was $13,500 plus all the extras for this tire machine. And nobody knew whether they worked, nobody knew what was wrong with them. Bought this one and that one for $455 for the pair. As soon as the pandemic started, companies panicked and were blowing stuff out. So we got a couple of tire machines that nobody knew what was wrong, and it turns out, I'll give you guys a quick tip. Our tire machine, the forward reverse switch, I guess was toast. There's the old one right here. And apparently when you put a new reverse switch in these machines, you have to run a jumper wire. Now I'll have to talk to Mr. White on exactly where it goes. If anybody's interested, I'll find out. But you actually have to run a jumper wire to get this switch to fire up and work. Other than that, it will not work. And I think we actually stumbled across it accidentally. And apparently that is the common solution to putting a new switch in these machines. And this tire shop was not interested. They literally just set it in a corner and said, no, we'll buy a new one. I think that switch was $130 or something like that. Even if it was $300, who cares? So, for under $1,000, we're going to have tire machines wired in, repaired, and rolling. I think I just have to find some of the little parts for the wheel balancer, which will be next week. But it is the perfect time to have tire machines. And the C10 project, this fender is all primed. I think it's just getting its second coat. The hood is all primed, and any little repairs are just getting done right now in the little primer room. Our doors and fenders should be done today over at Calver Coatings. We've been waiting to do a feature over there, but I wanted to let them try out some doors so we had something to actually show. And it turns out the doors we sent them over were just caked in body filler. I mean, an unbelievable amount of body filler. So it'll be interesting to see. We gave them the absolute worst parts possible for the first time to let Calver Coatings do their thing. And I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So hopefully we will have that later today. I don't know if I want to bring them home in this weather, being it's bare metal now. But that'll be next week's feature. Today is Friday, October 23rd, so this video is going to be launched as soon as I'm done recording it. And we also got an upgrade in security. We now have cameras and sensors all over the shop, so you can't go anywhere without being seen on camera. The front side of the shop, the rear of the shop, in the shop, you can't set foot anywhere near my shop unless you're on camera. So that makes you sleep better at night. There you go. We're socked right in. And it is supposed to snow till midnight tonight, all day long. That makes for a fun, exciting day. So you get a very weak weekly report just because we're waiting on stuff. So we're doing a massive cleanup and just prepping everything for winter. Nice and organized. So thank you for watching. And I hope you subscribe. I'll make sure I got something better for you next week. I know that was a weak weekly report, but that's what I got for you today. And thank you for following us and all the support.